So, when the chicken's done marinating, there's a certain pattern you want to do it. First, okay, there's 1 cup of flour. I usually do 2 eggs, but today I just did 3. And 1 cup of cornstarch, and then you just put it on the plate. Make sure you do these one at a time, or else they turn out in a big heaping blob of mess. I've done it before, and it's not pretty. And it was tasty, but not as pretty. It was supposed to be. So you might want to do these like one at a time. Even though if you get impatient, fight that urge. You need to fight the urge of impatience. So the reason why I changed shirts because I got stained when I was gonna have a little snack after. So I was having a little snack, so I got stained. So I got my little mustache shirt on. So if you have any flour and cornstarch and eggs, people, this is gonna turn out really good. I've made this like 1,000 times, give or take a day or 2. It's really, you'll love the way how it turns out. So, my sister was just filming. Hi. I'm going to throw this raw piece of chicken at her. So, last time we checked in, we were making the batter, and this is what it would look like. So now we're making the sauce. The recipe calls for 1/4 cup of sugar. This sauce is so sweet. You can hardly imagine how much ketchup they put into the sauce. 3/4 of ketchup, and the best thing about cooking is you can cook whatever you want. But for all of the royal folk, they get to have other people do it for them. But I kind of think that's not as fun. So that's why I started this cooking show. So 4 cups of ketchup. 1/3 cup of ketchup. And then it calls for 1/4 cup. It's 1/4 cup of ketchup. 1/3 cup of honey. So the main reason why I just usually wash these because too much ketchup and honey, then you lose the flavor, you lose everything. So that's why I just usually quick rinse my anything that has ketchup in it. Instead if I'm still cooking it. Then you lose all that honey, sweet flavor to that ketchup flavor. And if you have an urge to like honey, fight the urge. Now it calls for 2 tablespoons of white vinegar. I don't know. Honestly, I have no idea why they add this, but it's what the recipe calls for. So, if you have any comments on what for me to make now, send as much as you like. So, send different kind of recipes that you heard of, and I'll show them how to make them. Now it calls for 1 tablespoon of soy sauce. I use low sodium because basically just a lot better than a lot better for you instead of the regular kind. So I just started doing the sauce without the instructions, so it's a lot better. I mean, it's kind of more fun when you get to kind of wing it. And that's the dogs. Now we just need to stir it. So, if you love Chinese food, you're gonna love this. On the next episode, after the other one, after the other one, you get what I'm saying. I'm going to be making stir fry, and I'm going to be making stir fry with the same sauce, but no marinade this time. Mix it thoroughly, and you can look, if you have a glass bowl or something like that, that'd be great, but I just have a measuring cup. So, you should have enough sauce. So, mix it thoroughly until there's no lumps, no sugary lumps, and make sure you feel when it's done. And this will turn out delicious in the end. Okay, so, we're going to heat up this pot full of oil. If you're uncomfortable with the pot, you can use a pan, a skillet, or anything. Then you can you can use a pot, a pan, a skillet, whatever you need to. You can serve it at a family dinner or for Chinese New Year or something like that. Instead of just, and this has kind of it's more healthier than you, because do you know how they have lots of sodium, and also they use cornstarch in it, like a lot more cornstarch than we used. So basically, this is a lot more healthier than that. So, and a side dish, ginger. We're gonna be talking about ginger on the other next episode, but no talk about that. Let's cook. So prep a pan or a pot or a skillet, whatever, to about medium degree or high, however you like it. If it's too high, you can turn it down. And when the oil is hot, add 1 to 3 of the chicken at a time. So to cook about 8 to 10 minutes. If you want it to if you're quicker and you don't want it as crunchy, you can do it for 8 minutes. If you want it a little crunchier, do it for 10. So after this, we're gonna be adding some of that sauce we're just making at the door, right here. So then we're gonna be getting the chicken. It's okay if you missed a little spots. The egg is not gonna be poisonous. It's not gonna be dangerous after. So prep a plate, with a big plate with paper towels on it. Soak up that excess oil. Soak up all that excess oil, so you won't end up with a really greasy food. So if you're using a pot, then you gotta use a pan after. But if you want to still use the pot, you can. What I like to do is just put a little paper towel on here, so it'll soak up that excess oil that you don't want. So when this comes to like a steaming point, like a boiling kind of point, you can start adding the chicken in. But if you're a little impatient, you can add a little bit and then wait. If you're doing it on high, that won't take as long, but you gotta be careful. If you want to add more oil, my advice is add it slowly, because then because then it will, like, flare up. That's what my grandmother did back then. She was out in the garden, and she accidentally left the stove on with oil, and then you see those, oops, it caught fire, and then it made them bubble up. So I don't think we should do that. No. So just